Heya, and welcome to Ace's Space. For me, the furry fandom has become an important part of my life, and I'm sure it has for many of you as well. But due to this, it brings up the question whether you should come out as a furry. I know this video has been talked about by other fur tubers, but I wanted to give my own opinion, so let's get into it. So if you want the short answer to the question of do you have to come out as a furry, the answer is no, you don't have to unless you want to. Furry isn't an identity, being a furry is just a hobby, and for many it's totally your choice to decide whether you tell people about your hobby. Despite this, I understand many people may want to tell others about their hobby for various reasons. For one example, many furries need to come out to be able to attend furry events. For example, many young furries can't go to cons or meets alone due to the age requirements, and they may need family or friends who are older than them to be able to attend. Due to this, they may have to tell people about their hobby. Another reason someone would want to come out as a furry is if you're getting a fursuit. Trust me, with personal experience, it is very hard to hide a fursuit from people you're living with. So if you're getting one, it's better to tell them personally rather than them walking in on your fursuit or walking in on you fursuiting in your room. It's kind of awkward. The final reason I will discuss is just plainly because you want to talk about your hobby. Although, I personally would be cautious about who you tell. Due to the stigma around the furry fandom, many still look at the fandom in a negative light. For me personally, what I tend to do before telling people about my hobby is I make sure to get close to them. And I make sure that I can trust my friends enough to know they won't judge me for my hobby. I try to figure out beforehand what their stance is on furries and make sure they're not a furry hater. But what do you do if you want to tell someone about the fandom who generally dislikes it? I unfortunately had to deal with this problem personally. I wanted to go to my first con, but I wouldn't be able to go alone because at the time, I was under the age requirement of being able to go without an adult, so I needed someone to go with me. The problem was that I knew for a fact my family saw the fandom in a bad light. So what did I do? Well, what I did was I made a whole Google Slides presentation describing what the fandom is to my family to show that we really aren't that bad. I sent my family the link while I was out of the house so there wouldn't be as much tension or anxiety for me. And it ended up working. This might not work for all of you, and my mom still isn't super enthusiastic about the fandom, but she sees it in a better light and thinks what I'm doing is pretty cool. And my stepdad has actually come to enjoy the fandom as much as I do, and he's actually joined it. I hope you found my experiences interesting and somewhat helpful to those of you who are debating whether to tell people about the fandom. Leave down in the comments below your personal experiences or questions for me. I love to read all the comments. Thanks for watching my video. Have a great rest of your day and take some time to do something that makes you happy. See you next time.